When I resumed writing Sonic as a main feature with issue 145, I made it clear I was aiming to correct the fiasco Carl Bolas, who will read up on his ideas here, or at least summarize them, fostered upon fandom with the infamous slap. Both Mike and I were determined to correct what mainly perceived at the time as the worst moment in the book's history. However, neither of us saw that getting corrected over the course of an issue However, neither of us saw that getting corrected over the course of an issue or 2 or 3. Rather, it was decided that Sonic would play the field for a while, allowing him to discover exactly why Sally was always the girl for him. So in other words, what we saw with him going with Bunny and Fiona, and even, with Bunny and Fiona, having those little flings there, here and there, basically would have resulted, mind you, in him realizing Sally is the only one for him, because even though those two would have had potential, they don't match up to what I guess Sally would have offered him, or something. I don't know. But that's what it sounds like to me. He goes on to say, and I quote, "One of the things that made it difficult during my resumption of being the head writer was that in some ways it was accidental. Initially, I was going to submit whatever story struck my fancy and spend the rest of my time working on other projects. So I wrote the stories published in Sonic 150 and 151 first, then was asked to begin writing what eventually became The Good, the Bad, and the Unknown, Part 1. Carl and I were supposed to alternate each other's successful chapter. Carl and I, this is Ken Penders speaking, were supposed to alternate each successive chapter. But that plan went out the window when he and Mike couldn't work things out. Somewhere during the writing of issues 146 to 149, Mike decided he wanted stories to lead into the saga, which then resulted in me writing what eventually became Sonic 145. After finishing The Good, the Bad, and the Unknown, I recall then writing The Line of Succession, Parts 1 and 2, upon which I was then asked to write what eventually saw print in 152. What was really funny, this is Ken Penders mentioning this, what was really funny was reading Dan Dryzen's reviews at the time, because he hadn't a clue what turmoil was going on behind the scenes trying to get the book out. As I always had a policy of saying nothing in defense when a paying customer criticized my work, I just shook my head and sighed. No one knew about the rewrites that were demanded, often which made no sense, nor did I get paid for, nor the changes to story length and format that changed at a moment's notice. What made it even funnier was that while Dan was slamming the book, sales were going up and people paid attention, I was in charge of the storylines again, much to the majority of the audience approval. The way I saw it, and this is again Ken Penders saying this, the way I saw it, I was going to have fun writing what I did. It showed and the audience responded. The only part I saw where I would have had to tread darkly in the fall of Snively, Mike wanted me to set him up for the audience to embrace as they never did before, only to kill him off to rattle everyone, announcing to everyone not to take the book for granted, as one would never know what to expect after that. So now that I've set things up and presented the road map, please feel free to comment. And this was published on Wednesday, February 2010. And let's see. No, never mind. Ken Penders joined the forum at that time. But basically, he published this out to the people on June 23rd, 2010, a Wednesday, June 23rd, 2010, at 2:50 a.m. or maybe around 7 o'clock that day. I'm not really sure. But from what it sounds to me is Ken had plans to kind of make things a little bit more interesting. And like I said, it sounds like to me Ken was more of a traditionalist. Someone that wanted to take the wedding between Antoine and Bunny and make it into a spectacular anniversary issue for the book. Obviously noticing that books like Spider-Man and Superman and all of them would do that. They would do that. So that's my guess on why he wanted to do Antoine and Bunny's wedding in 200. I will admit that when it comes to that, at least he was planning to make it big and not rush it. So I'll give him credit there. But overall, the ideas he had here, some of them sound good. Some of them might be questionable, especially when he was talking about some other things. But we'll just have to wait and see. We'll just have to wait and see if he ever decides to come out and say a little bit more about what he planned. Maybe do a memoir or something. So let me know what you guys think about that. I'm going to finish up here, and then I'm going to take a little break, and then come back and talk about Carl Bowler's ideas that he had. So, and believe me, when I read off some of these, you'll probably be like, what the heck was he thinking? So let me know what you guys think about this part. Again, sorry this was in 2 parts, and probably combined will be 4 or 3 parts when they're all lined up together in a playlist. So let me know what you guys think. Comment below, and I'll talk to y'all later.